The Walrus Cup Grand Final is almost here. The match between two TNT legends, Thim and Cool Survivor, is almost here, and it is going to be amazing. But before I tell you about this match, I gotta give you some context, because these two guys, they've got a long history in TNT Run, and it didn't start with this tournament. First, let's start with Cool Survivor. Cool started his TNT Run career in 2016, and he got off to a bang. He hit top 100 by December of that year, and he continued to play consistently throughout 2017, and even managed to start winning PvPs often by the middle of that year. He continued to grind throughout 2018, before taking a break to play Fortnite. When he was on this break, he actually was sitting number 11 on the leaderboards. This break would soon end in the start of 2019 when he'd hit top 10 by the middle of the year. He didn't stop there though. By the end of 2019, Cool was one of the best players and pro player parties in the game. This would make him a very scary opponent going into the Walrus Cup 1 in February of 2020. And a tough threat he was. Cool dominated the qualifier for the Walrus Cup 1. He got over 900 points, which was 200 points of Shiny in second place. And not only that, he won 250 pro player parties over the course of a month. And Cool didn't stop there. In his first two rounds against O'Frosty and Wonky in the finals of Walrus Cup 1, he didn't lose a single map, and he beat Tennis comfortably in the semi-final. This would prove futile going to the final though, as when he matched up against Shiny, the second seed in the tournament, he ended up losing the grand final 4-3. But after Walrus Cup 1, there was a lot of uncertainty surrounding Cool Survivor. In fact, I don't think many people expected him to beat Shiny in the bracket, but he ended up proving everyone wrong by beating him in the winners bracket final, advancing to the grand final that we have here. And that brings us to today. And who is he facing? Well, that's Thim. And how Thim made it to this match? Well, that's a different story. Now let me take you way back to when he started. He started his TNT Run career way back in 2014, and he ended up being a pro player and hit top 100 in early 2015. He kept on playing for 1 year, and he started to play pro player parties and tournaments. He stopped in December 2015 in the 52nd position with 2,900 wins, and then he had a 4-year gap before coming back in August 2019 after Scorpiloon requested to play again. And then he fell back into TNT Run. He came back in the 129th position on the leaderboard and reached the top 100 at the end of September, and then he just continued from there. Thim climbed the ranks, and by the start of the Walrus Cup 1, he ended up finishing 4th in the qualifier, but then opted out of playing in the finals due to going on a vacation. Due to this, people didn't really know what to expect from Thim going to the Walrus Cup 2. No one knew his tournament 1v1 experience, so no one could really say how well he could do. He ended up going well in the bracket, beating players such as Fumasti, Tab, and Life. But he ended up losing to Shiny 5-1 in the winners bracket semi-final. No one really expected him to beat Shiny again after losing so badly in the winners bracket in the losers bracket, but he ended up proving everyone wrong by beating Shiny 5-3 and making it to the Walrus Cup Grand Final. Here we are today, with Thim, the Frenchman, who's the underdog in this scenario, and Cool, the Irish prodigy, hoping to win his first Walrus Cup. And these two players could not have more different playstyles. To summarize Cool Survivor's playstyle can be done just by reading his name. He survives, and he survives coolly, but you cannot say he survives calmly. Anyone with experience in 1v1s versus Cool will know that he thrives in cutting duels, and will never shy away from playing aggressive to give himself an advantage. Cool wins by making you play bad against him. He forces you to lose the game yourself by cutting you off and overwhelming you by forcing you to focus on not getting cut off rather than your decision making. But if there's anyone who can stand up to Cool's extreme cutting ability, it has to be Thim. In the recent months since the Walrus Cup 1, Thim's skill has blossomed from a good player into a great player, and he is considered by many to be the best player and pro player parties in the game right now, contesting the great players of Cool Survivor and Shiny for that title. During every PvP, the question always seems to come up in the voice channel: where is Thim? As somehow, while everyone on the map is on 0 double jumps, Thim can be seen with 7, with a corner of blocks in a position where losing for him is nearly impossible. Thim's playstyle can be summed up in one word: consistency. He seems to play consistently well, every map, every game, regardless of the stress and pressure on him. His decision making is always on task, and this is why he's such a good player. These two players couldn't have more contrasting playstyles, and this is why their matchup would be so intense. If you guys would like to see the match, you can tune in at twitch.tv/HalloKaru this Wednesday at 12 PM GMT or 8 AM Eastern State Time in the US. I hope to see everyone there.